Have you ever popped a vitamin pill thinking you're protecting your health, only to wonder if it's silently putting your brain at risk? As a neurologist, I've seen countless seniors suffer devastating strokes, not from accidents or poor lifestyle choices, but from the very supplements they trusted to keep them strong. In this video, I'm revealing the shocking truth about 5 common vitamins that could quietly increase your risk of brain bleeds, blood clots, or sudden blood pressure spikes, especially if you're over 60. From vitamin D to niacin, you'll hear real patient stories, backed by science, and discover safer ways to protect your brain and independence. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these hidden dangers could be the key to preventing a life-changing stroke and living fully on your terms. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Vitamin D, the sunshine pill that could turn deadly overnight. You've likely heard the glowing praise for vitamin D. It strengthens your bones, boosts your mood, supports your immune system, and is often touted as a must-have for seniors. These benefits are real, but they come with a hidden catch that few people, especially older adults, are aware of. When taken in excess or at the wrong time, vitamin D can quietly transform from a health hero into a silent saboteur, potentially triggering catastrophic events like a stroke while you sleep. Let me share the story of Mr. Thomas, a 74-year-old retired Navy veteran from Virginia. He was the picture of vitality for his age, active, sharp-minded, and meticulous about his health. Every morning, with the precision of his military background, he swallowed a handful of supplements, including a high-dose vitamin D capsule he'd picked up at a local pharmacy. At 10,000 IU daily, he believed he was fortifying his bones and safeguarding his future. The more the better, he'd say with a confident grin, echoing the common misconception that vitamins are inherently safe. What Mr. Thomas didn't realize was that his well-intentioned habit was slowly laying the groundwork for a medical emergency. One chilly morning, his wife found him in bed, disoriented, his speech slurred, and his right arm limp. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, where a CT scan confirmed a stroke had occurred overnight. Blood tests revealed the culprit. His calcium levels were dangerously elevated, a condition known as hypercalcemia. His arteries had become stiff and calcified, his blood pressure was erratic, and the blood vessels in his brain were under immense strain. The root cause? Vitamin D toxicity. Here's how it happens. Vitamin D's primary role is to enhance calcium absorption in the gut. In moderation, this supports strong bones and teeth. But when you overload your system with high doses, especially without medical oversight, the excess vitamin D causes your body to absorb too much calcium. This surplus doesn't just float harmlessly in your blood. It can deposit into soft tissues, including the walls of your arteries. Over time, these calcium deposits make blood vessels rigid and narrow, a condition called vascular calcification. This is particularly dangerous in the brain, where narrowed or clogged vessels can lead to clots that trigger ischemic strokes, blockages that cut off blood flow to critical brain tissue. For seniors, the risks are amplified. Aging arteries are already less elastic, and many older adults deal with dehydration, poor kidney function, or medications that alter calcium metabolism. Taking high-dose vitamin D at night can exacerbate the problem. During sleep, your body's metabolic processes slow, and calcium levels can spike without the balancing effects of daytime activity or hydration. This creates a perfect storm: stiff arteries, elevated calcium, and a clot that forms silently, potentially robbing you of speech, mobility, or memory by morning. What's alarming is how common this mistake is. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the US are sold in doses of 5,000 to 20,000 IU per pill, far exceeding the needs of most seniors. The National Institutes of Health recommends 600 to 800 IU daily for adults over 70, with an upper safe limit of 4,000 IU. Yet, studies show that doses as low as 2,000 IU daily can cause toxicity in some older adults, especially if they're not deficient or if they're taking calcium supplements concurrently. A 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that prolonged high-dose vitamin D use increased the risk of hypercalcemia and cardiovascular events in older populations. Mr. Thomas's story had a bittersweet ending. With intensive therapy, he regained some function, but his speech remains impaired, and he relies on a walker. The cost of his oversight was steep: his independence and the joy of simple activities like gardening with his wife. His case isn't rare. I've seen countless seniors unknowingly put themselves at risk, assuming vitamins are harmless. Practical advice for vitamin D safety. Check your levels. Ask your doctor for a 25-hydroxyvitamin D blood test to assess your baseline. Optimal levels are typically 30 to 50 nanograms per milliliter. Anything above 100 nanograms per milliliter can be toxic. Dose wisely. Stick to 600 to 2000 IU daily unless prescribed otherwise. If you're deficient, your doctor may recommend a higher dose temporarily, but never self-prescribe megadoses. Timing matters. Take vitamin D in the morning with a meal to enhance absorption and reduce the risk of overnight calcium spikes. Monitor interactions. If you're on calcium supplements, diuretics, or heart medications, consult your doctor, as these can amplify vitamin D's effects. Stay hydrated. Adequate water intake helps your kidneys manage calcium levels and reduces the risk of toxicity. 2. Vitamin E, the heart-healthy supplement that can trigger a brain hemorrhage. Vitamin E is often celebrated as a powerhouse for heart health, skin vitality, and immune support. For seniors, it's marketed as a natural way to boost circulation and protect against cognitive decline. But what many don't realize, especially those over 65, is that vitamin E can become a ticking time bomb, particularly if you're taking blood thinners or managing high blood pressure. In the wrong context, this healthy supplement can lead to a catastrophic brain hemorrhage, with consequences that ripple through every aspect of your life. Let me tell you about Mrs. Eleanor James, an 81-year-old retired librarian from Ohio. She was a vibrant woman, sharp-witted, and an avid reader who prided herself on staying active and informed. Mrs. James had been managing a heart valve condition with warfarin, a blood thinner, and her condition was stable under her cardiologist's care. But after reading an article in a health magazine touting vitamin E's benefits for memory and circulation, she decided to add an 800 IU vitamin E supplement to her daily routine. She didn't think to mention it to her doctor. It was just a vitamin, after all. 3 weeks later, she woke up with a pounding headache, nausea, and sudden confusion. Her daughter called 911, and by the time she reached the ER, a brain scan revealed a hemorrhagic stroke, a bleed inside her brain. The cause wasn't an injury or uncontrolled hypertension. It was the dangerous synergy between warfarin and high-dose vitamin E, which had thinned her blood to a critical point, causing a fragile vessel in her brain to rupture. Here's the science behind it. Vitamin E, specifically alpha-tocopherol, has natural anticoagulant properties, meaning it reduces the blood's ability to clot. In small doses, this can support cardiovascular health by preventing unwanted clots. But when combined with medications like warfarin, aspirin, Plavix, or newer anticoagulants like Eliquis, vitamin E can push the blood's clotting balance too far. Aging blood vessels, already weakened by years of wear and tear, become prone to rupture under this double assault. A 2020 study in stroke highlighted that high-dose vitamin E supplementation increased the risk of hemorrhagic stroke in patients on anticoagulants by up to 20%. The consequences of a brain hemorrhage are devastating. Unlike ischemic strokes, which block blood flow, hemorrhagic strokes flood brain tissue with blood, causing pressure that can damage neurons and impair critical functions like speech, movement, or memory. For Mrs. James, the bleed left her with partial paralysis and short-term memory deficits. She now relies on a walker and struggles to enjoy the books she once loved. "I just wanted to stay sharp," she told me, her voice trembling. "I had no idea a vitamin could do this." The problem is exacerbated by the supplement industry. Many vitamin E capsules sold over the counter contain 200 to 1000 IU, far exceeding the recommended daily intake of 15 milligrams, about 22 IU, for adults. Seniors, who often have fragile vessels and complex medication regimens, are particularly vulnerable. A 2018 analysis in the American Journal of Medicine found that excessive vitamin E intake was linked to increased bleeding risks in older adults, especially those on anticoagulants. Practical advice for vitamin E safety. Consult your doctor. If you're on blood thinners, e.g., warfarin, Eliquis, aspirin, or have high blood pressure, never start vitamin E without medical clearance. Stick to food sources. Get vitamin E from nuts, seeds, spinach, or avocados, where doses are naturally low and balanced. Read labels carefully. Avoid supplements with more than 100 IU unless prescribed. Check multivitamins, as they often contain hidden vitamin E. Monitor symptoms. Watch for signs of excessive thinning, like easy bruising, nosebleeds, or dark stools, and seek medical attention immediately. Regular checkups. If you take vitamin E, ask for periodic blood tests to monitor clotting factors, especially if you're on other medications. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Vitamin B6, the nerve helper that can slowly rob you of balance and brain control. If you're over 60, you've likely heard that vitamin B6, pyridoxine, is a miracle worker for energy, nerve health, and even cognitive function. It's a staple in senior brain support formulas and multivitamins, marketed as a safe way to combat fatigue and tingling nerves. But what no one tells you, and what I've witnessed in my practice, is that excessive vitamin B6 can cause insidious nerve damage, leading to numbness, falls, and even permanent loss of coordination, especially in older adults. Let me introduce Mr. Harold Carter, a 76-year-old retired truck driver from Kansas. He was a rugged, independent man who loved long walks and fixing up his vintage truck. About a year ago, he started noticing numbness in his feet and a strange pins and needles sensation in his hands. He chalked it up to getting old and didn't think much of it. But then he began stumbling, first on a rug, then in his bathroom. After a third fall left him with a mild concussion, he came to my office, frustrated and scared. When I reviewed his supplement regimen, one item stood out: a nerve support vitamin he'd been taking daily for over a year, containing 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 per tablet, more than 6 times the recommended daily allowance. To make matters worse, he'd been doubling the dose, thinking it would boost his energy further. The result was chronic vitamin B6 toxicity, a condition that had been silently damaging his peripheral nerves. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C, which your body excretes if taken in excess, vitamin B6 can accumulate in your nervous system. High doses over time can damage the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves, causing a condition called peripheral neuropathy. Symptoms include numbness, tingling, muscle weakness, tremors, and loss of balance. In severe cases, it can mimic early dementia or Parkinson's disease, leading to misdiagnosis. A 2021 study in neurology reported that doses above 50 milligrams daily were associated with a 2.5-fold increased risk of neuropathy in older adults. For seniors, the stakes are higher. Aging nerves are already more vulnerable, and many older adults have reduced kidney function, which impairs their ability to clear excess B6. The symptoms often creep up slowly, masquerading as normal aging or arthritis, until a fall or injury forces the issue. For Mr. Carter, the nerve damage meant he could no longer drive safely, and he now relies on a cane. "I thought I was helping my brain and body," he said, shaking his head. "I was poisoning myself instead." The supplement industry doesn't help. Many brain health or nerve support vitamins contain 50 to 200 milligrams of B6 per dose, far exceeding the safe daily limit of 1.7 to 2 milligrams for seniors, or up to 10 milligrams under medical supervision. A 2023 review in the Journal of Nutrition found that over 20% of older adults taking B6 supplements exceeded safe levels, often unknowingly. Practical advice for vitamin B6 safety: know your intake. Check labels on multivitamins, energy drinks, and nerve supplements for B6 content. Even 20 milligrams daily can be risky over time. Prioritize diet. Get B6 from foods like bananas, chickpeas, or salmon, where doses are naturally low, 0.5 to 1 milligram per serving. Watch for symptoms. Numbness, tingling, or balance issues warrant a doctor's visit and a review of your supplements. Test if needed. If you suspect toxicity, ask for a blood test to measure pyridoxine levels. Normal ranges are 5 to 50 G/L. Stop and assess. If you're taking high-dose B6, discontinue use under medical guidance and monitor for symptom improvement, which can take months. Mr. Carter's balance never fully recovered, but stopping the supplement halted the progression. His story underscores a critical truth. Vitamins aren't always benign, especially for seniors. And if this shocks you, wait until you hear about a popular eyesight vitamin that can dangerously increase pressure inside your brain. 4. Vitamin A, the vision booster that can secretly build pressure inside your brain. Vitamin A is one of those supplements that sounds innocent, even essential. We hear it's good for eyesight, immune health, and skin. But what's rarely discussed, especially with older adults, is how too much vitamin A can quietly build up in your body, increasing the pressure inside your skull, and in some cases, leading to a brain emergency that feels like a stroke. I'll never forget Ms. Lillian Moore, age 79, a retired piano teacher from Oregon. She came to see me after weeks of worsening headaches, blurred vision, and dizziness. At first, her family thought it might be the onset of dementia. But when she started slurring her words and struggling to find her balance, they feared something worse, a stroke. The MRI didn't show a clot or a bleed, but it did show elevated intracranial pressure. Her spinal fluid was backed up, and the tiny veins in her brain were under extreme stress. It wasn't caused by trauma or a tumor. It was her daily vitamin A supplement, a skin and eye health formula she'd been faithfully taking for years. The problem is this: vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means it doesn't leave your body like vitamin C or B vitamins. It accumulates in your liver, your tissues, and over time, in your brain. Seniors are especially vulnerable because liver function naturally slows with age, and many don't realize their multivitamin already includes a full day's dose before they add more on top. Excess vitamin A, particularly the retinol form found in many supplements, can lead to a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, or false brain tumor. The symptoms mimic a stroke: headaches, blurred or double vision, nausea, dizziness, and in severe cases, permanent vision loss or cognitive decline. When I asked Ms. Moore how much vitamin A she'd been taking, her answer stunned me: nearly 10,000 IU per day for over 5 years. No doctor had ever warned her. She thought it was just a vitamin. But now she needs regular eye exams, pressure checks, and she's still recovering her balance months later. Her independence was shaken, her confidence too. That's the price no one talks about, the fear that comes when your brain and body betray you, all because of something you believed was safe. For older adults, the safe upper limit is around 2,500 IU daily, and only when truly needed. Anything above that, especially long-term, should be carefully monitored by a doctor. So before you reach for that anti-aging or vision support pill, ask yourself, do you know what's in it? Do you need it? And is your brain quietly paying the price? Because while vitamin A can sharpen your sight, it can also blur the very future you're trying to protect. And if that makes you pause, wait until you hear about the vitamin hiding in heart pills and cereals that can suddenly raise your blood pressure and trigger dangerous vessel spasms in the brain. Let's talk about niacin. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Niacin, the cholesterol vitamin that can quietly spike your blood pressure and strain your brain. Vitamin A is often celebrated as a cornerstone of health, lauded for its role in sharpening eyesight, bolstering immune function, and promoting radiant skin. It's a nutrient that feels inherently safe, even virtuous, and it's easy to see why so many people, particularly older adults, embrace it through supplements or fortified foods. But beneath this wholesome reputation lies a lesser-known danger. Excessive vitamin A can silently accumulate in the body, potentially increasing intracranial pressure and, in severe cases, mimicking life-threatening conditions like a stroke or brain tumor. For seniors, whose aging physiology already faces unique challenges, this risk is both under-discussed and alarmingly real. Let me share the story of Ms. Lillian Moore, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher from Portland, Oregon, whose experience illustrates this hidden peril. Ms. Moore was a vibrant woman, known for her sharp wit and dedication to her students, but she arrived at my clinic in distress. For weeks, she had been battling worsening headaches, blurred vision, and episodes of dizziness that left her unsteady on her feet. Her family was understandably alarmed. At first, they suspected early dementia, given her age and the cognitive fog she described. But when her speech began to slur intermittently and her balance deteriorated further, their fears shifted to a more immediate concern: a stroke. We ordered an urgent MRI, expecting to find evidence of a clot or hemorrhage, but the results told a different story. The imaging revealed no stroke but instead showed signs of elevated intracranial pressure, a condition where the pressure inside the skull increases, compressing the brain and its delicate structures. A lumbar puncture confirmed the diagnosis. Her cerebrospinal fluid was backed up, putting dangerous stress on the tiny veins and tissues in her brain. There was no tumor, no trauma, no obvious culprit, until we dug deeper into her daily routine. Ms. Moore had been diligently taking a skin and eye health supplement for over 5 years, one she'd chosen herself from a reputable health store. The label promised benefits for vision and aging gracefully, and she trusted it implicitly. When I asked about the dosage, she revealed she was consuming nearly 10,000 international units, IU, of vitamin A daily, far exceeding the recommended upper limit for adults, especially seniors. No doctor had ever cautioned her about the risks, and she had no idea that this harmless vitamin could be the source of her symptoms. Here's why this matters. Vitamin A, specifically in its retinol form, common in supplements and animal-derived foods like liver, is fat-soluble. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like C or B-complex, which the body can flush out through urine, fat-soluble vitamins like A are stored in the liver and fatty tissues. Over time, excessive intake can lead to a toxic buildup, a condition known as hypervitaminosis A. For older adults, this is particularly dangerous because liver function naturally declines with age, impairing the body's ability to process and eliminate excess vitamin A. Many seniors also take multivitamins that already provide the recommended daily allowance, RDA, of 2,300 to 3,000 IU, so adding a high-dose supplement can easily push them into dangerous territory. In Ms. Moore's case, the excess vitamin A had triggered a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, or idiopathic intracranial hypertension, which mimics the symptoms of a brain tumor. The increased pressure in her skull caused debilitating headaches, blurred and double vision, nausea, and dizziness. Left unchecked, pseudotumor cerebri can lead to permanent vision loss, as the optic nerve becomes compressed, or even cognitive decline as the brain struggles under sustained pressure. In rare cases, it can escalate to a medical emergency requiring surgical intervention to relieve the pressure. Ms. Moore's story is a sobering reminder of how even well-intentioned health choices can backfire. After discontinuing her supplement, she required months of monitoring, including regular eye exams to check her optic nerve and lumbar punctures to manage her intracranial pressure. Her balance slowly improved, but the experience left her shaken. "I thought I was doing something good for myself," she told me, her voice heavy with frustration. "No one ever said a vitamin could do this." Her confidence in her independence took a hit, and she now lives with the lingering fear that her body might betray her again. For older adults, the safe upper limit for vitamin A is approximately 2,500 IU per day, and even this should be approached cautiously unless a deficiency is confirmed by a doctor. The RDA for seniors is closer to 2,300 IU for women and 3,000 IU for men, easily met through a balanced diet rich in foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and eggs. Yet many supplements marketed for eye health or anti-aging contain doses far exceeding these levels, often without clear warnings. Before reaching for that bottle, check the label, consult your doctor, and ask critical questions. Do you have a confirmed deficiency? Is your multivitamin already covering your needs? Could your brain be paying a silent price for a supplement you don't truly need? Because while vitamin A can indeed sharpen your vision, too much of it can cloud your future in ways you never anticipated. And if this hidden risk surprises you, wait until you hear about another common vitamin that's often praised for heart health but can quietly wreak havoc on your blood pressure and brain. 6. What to eat instead. Foods that fuel your brain without risking a stroke. Niacin, or vitamin B3, is widely regarded as a heart health hero. It's marketed as a natural way to lower cholesterol, improve circulation, and support cardiovascular health. You'll find it in heart health supplements, fortified cereals, and even prescription medications. For older adults, who are often vigilant about their heart health, niacin seems like a no-brainer. But what many don't realize, especially those over 60, is that high doses of niacin can trigger sudden spikes in blood pressure, strain the heart, and constrict blood vessels in the brain, setting the stage for serious complications, including stroke. Let me tell you about Mr. Dennis Alvarez, an 82-year-old retired postman from Miami, Florida, whose experience with niacin serves as a stark warning. Dennis was a cheerful man, proud of his active lifestyle despite his age. But he came to my clinic with troubling symptoms: intense facial flushing, a pounding sensation in his chest, and waves of dizziness that struck every morning. His wife attributed it to anxiety, perhaps triggered by the stress of aging. His son suspected a reaction to Dennis's blood pressure medication. But the truth was far more unexpected. After a thorough review, we discovered Dennis had been taking a heart-healthy supplement he'd purchased online. The label promised to support cholesterol levels and circulation, which appealed to him, given his family history of heart disease. But the fine print revealed the culprit. Each serving contained 1,000 milligrams of niacin, and he was taking it twice daily, totaling over 60 times the recommended daily amount for seniors, 14 to 16 milligrams for men over 60. He had no idea this over-the-counter supplement could be so potent. Here's what was happening inside Dennis's body. Niacin, particularly in high doses, causes blood vessels to dilate rapidly, leading to the characteristic niacin flush, a warm, red, sometimes itchy sensation on the skin. This dilation initially lowers blood pressure, but in some individuals, especially older adults with existing cardiovascular issues, the body compensates by triggering a rebound constriction of blood vessels. This constriction can spike blood pressure, strain the heart, and reduce blood flow to the brain. Over time, this roller coaster of dilation and constriction acts like a hammer on fragile blood vessels, particularly the cerebral arteries that supply the brain. For Dennis, this pattern culminated in a terrifying event, a transient ischemic attack, TIA, often called a mini-stroke. One morning, his speech slurred for 2 minutes before returning to normal. He dismissed it as a fluke, but his wife insisted on a visit to the clinic. Testing revealed that his high-dose niacin regimen was contributing to dangerous fluctuations in his blood pressure and cerebral blood flow. I had to deliver the hard truth. The supplement he thought was protecting his heart was endangering his brain. The risks of high-dose niacin are not widely discussed, but they're significant, especially for seniors. Beyond blood pressure spikes, excessive niacin can trigger atrial fibrillation, an irregular heart rhythm, increase insulin resistance, raising diabetes risk, and cause cerebral artery constriction, which can reduce blood flow to the brain and heighten stroke risk. For older adults with hypertension, heart disease, or a history of vascular issues, these effects can be particularly dangerous. Even more concerning, niacin supplements are readily available without a prescription, and many seniors take them without medical oversight, assuming they're inherently safe. Dennis was fortunate. After discontinuing the niacin supplement, his symptoms gradually subsided, and follow-up tests showed no permanent brain damage. But the experience left him shaken. "I just wanted to live longer, Doc," he told me. "I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." He's now under close monitoring, with a simplified regimen focused on diet and low-dose, doctor-approved supplements. If you're considering niacin for heart health, proceed with caution. Check supplement labels for terms like flush-free niacin, time-released niacin, or doses exceeding 50 milligrams, and consult your doctor before continuing. For seniors, the RDA for niacin is modest, 14 to 16 milligrams, easily met through foods like poultry, fish, peanuts, and whole grains. High-dose niacin should only be taken under medical supervision, particularly for those with cardiovascular risk factors. The heart and brain don't always agree when it comes to supplements, and niacin's hidden risks underscore the importance of informed choices. But if you're looking for a safer way to protect both, the answer may lie not in a pill bottle but on your plate. Let's explore how the right foods can nourish your brain and reduce stroke risk without the dangers of supplements. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 6. Brain-boosting foods to protect against stroke. After uncovering the hidden dangers of vitamins like A and niacin, you might feel wary of supplements altogether, and that's a valid instinct. The truth is, your body wasn't designed to rely on concentrated doses of nutrients in pill form. It thrives on whole, nutrient-rich foods that deliver vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in balanced, bioavailable forms. For older adults, a brain-healthy diet can stabilize blood pressure, improve circulation, and lower stroke risk far more safely and effectively than most supplements. Let's look at how real food can fuel your brain and protect your future. Consider the case of Mrs. Carol Jennings, a 73-year-old retired school principal from Tucson, Arizona. When she first visited my clinic, she was overwhelmed by her supplement regimen, a drawer overflowing with pills, including a multivitamin, high-dose vitamin D for bone health, niacin for cholesterol, vitamin E for her heart, and extra B vitamins for energy. "I'm doing everything right, Doc," she insisted. Yet her blood pressure was creeping up, she felt dizzy in the mornings, and her balance was faltering, raising concerns about falls or worse. Together, we audited her supplements, eliminating those that were unnecessary or risky given her age and health profile. But the real transformation came when we shifted our focus to her diet. We crafted a simple, sustainable plan built around whole foods, starting with breakfast. 1 boiled egg for protein and choline, half an avocado on whole grain toast for healthy fats, a handful of blueberries for antioxidants, and a glass of room temperature water for hydration. On some days, she added a small handful of walnuts for extra vitamin E and magnesium. No processed cereals, no vitamin-fortified snacks, just real, nutrient-dense foods that her body could process naturally. Within weeks, Mrs. Jennings noticed a difference. Her dizziness faded, her blood pressure stabilized, her energy levels improved, and she felt mentally sharper. "It's like a fog lifted," she told me. What changed wasn't just what she ate, it was how she nourished her brain with foods designed to support its complex needs. The brain is a dynamic organ, requiring steady hydration, healthy fats, antioxidants, and a consistent energy supply to function optimally. Pills can't replicate the synergy of nutrients in whole foods, nor can they adapt to your body's changing needs the way a balanced diet can. Here's a guide to brain-protective foods that can help seniors lower stroke risk and support cognitive health. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard rich in folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants like lutein. These greens reduce inflammation and support healthy blood vessels. Aim for 1 to 2 cups daily, lightly steamed or raw in salads. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines packed with omega-3 fatty acids. These fish improve blood flow, reduce arterial plaque, and protect brain cells. Aim for 3 to 4 ounce servings per week, baked or grilled. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries high in polyphenol. Berries combat oxidative stress and inflammation, protecting brain cells from damage. A half cup daily, fresh or frozen, is ideal. Nuts and seeds, walnuts, almonds, flax seeds. These provide vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats that support brain health and stabilize blood sugar. A small handful, 1 ounce, daily is sufficient. Whole grains, oats, quinoa, brown rice. These offer steady energy through complex carbohydrates, preventing blood sugar spikes that can impair cerebral blood flow. Aim for 1 to 2 servings daily. Hydration, water, herbal teas. Dehydration can impair cognitive function and raise blood pressure. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, adjusting for activity and climate. Mrs. Jennings' transformation wasn't just physical, it was emotional. "I thought those pills were keeping me alive," she reflected. "Turns out, they were slowing me down." By prioritizing real food over supplements, she reclaimed her energy, balance, and confidence. Her story is a powerful reminder that the best way to protect your brain, memory, and independence is through your meals, not your medicine cabinet. 7. Awareness, the most powerful medicine. After exploring the hidden risks of common vitamins like A and niacin, and the protective power of a brain-healthy diet, one question remains. How many seniors are unknowingly putting themselves at risk each morning, simply by following outdated advice or trusting flashy supplement labels? The answer is too many. The supplement industry is a multi-billion-dollar market, often driven by marketing rather than science, and older adults are particularly vulnerable to its promises of vitality and longevity. Yet the most potent tool for protecting your brain and preventing stroke isn't a pill, it's awareness. Awareness means reading labels, questioning claims, and consulting with healthcare providers before adding supplements to your routine. It means recognizing that your body's needs change with age, and what worked in your 40s may harm you in your 70s. It means prioritizing whole foods over processed promises and understanding that natural doesn't always mean safe. For Ms. Moore, Mr. Alvarez, and Mrs. Jennings, awareness came through hard lessons, but it doesn't have to be that way for you. Start today. Check your supplement bottles, review your diet, and have an honest conversation with your doctor about what you truly need. Your brain, your memories, your independence, your future, deserves nothing less. Thank you for watching this eye-opening journey into the hidden risks of common vitamins and how to truly protect your brain health. I hope these stories and insights have empowered you to take control of your wellness with awareness and intention. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to apply in your own life to safeguard your health and independence? Please share it in the comments below. This community thrives on supporting each other. If you found this video valuable, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more life-changing health tips. Here's to living fully, authentically, and on your terms.